You're listening to Cursory Overload.
Heavy metal. Heavy metal. Heavy metal. Heavy metal.
Coming to you from the back room of your parents' favorite porn store, it is Cursory Overload.
And we're back, bitches.
We are back for another motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
Welcome to Cursory Overload. You know what? I just realized one thing last episode.
What's that?
We usually give people a chance to let us know if we suck or whatever. We let them know where to hit us up. I guess we were just so happy to be back that we were like, hey, fuck it. But it's all good. It's all gravy, baby. Let me get that out of the way.
Okay.
Cursory.overload@gmail.com is where you can shoot us an email and let us know if what we're doing is something you like, you don't like, or we should shut the fuck up. Not that we're going to anyway, but
Yeah, we're not going to listen.
we're not going to listen because, hey, yeah, pretty much. You ain't telling me what to do. But in all seriousness, let us know. And it's cursoryoverload.com. You can check out the website. There's some pictures up there with our ugly mugs if you want to check it out. So
Why would they want to do that?
I don't know. Just I figured, they want to see how sexy K-Dog is.
I am a sexy motherfucker. I'll just say that.
Hey.
Even being chunky.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I'm like chunky monkey ice cream.
Chunky monkey ice cream.
You know that shit's bad for you. You just can't stay away.
Oh, chunky monkey ice cream.
Dream about that shit. You get crazy
Holy
for that
shit.
shit.
Alrighty. So, there it is. You know how to get a hold of us? Do so.
Please do so. Let us know.
Alright. And in the meantime, what are we talking about today?
I'm gonna go down a dark road today.
Dark.
We need to talk about this. It needs to be addressed. All right.
Okay.
So we briefly touched on it last episode, and
Oh,
what I'm talking about is the 4 officers, if you want to call them that, during the Parkland shooting, that did not go into the school. They stayed outside.
you know what? Like I told you, we touched it for a brief minute. I thought it was an armed security, and I figured, well,
No,
but no, these are deputies.
it doesn't matter.
And
You have a job.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, even the armed officer would have somewhat of an excuse, not by our book, because I know a couple of idiots that have walked into some very scary situations with an electric conductor. What do they call those things? ECWs?
Right. You see that.
And yeah, very. But anyway, all I'm saying is when I found out that they were deputy sheriffs, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? I'm like,
It's cowardice.
it is. I mean, when you put on that badge, I mean, you are taking
Whether you have the
on,
badge on your person or not, when you take that oath,
you're taking that oath to protect and serve. And that means that, yes, you leave your house that morning and you may not make it back that night. I mean, that's everybody. Nobody's
right.
tomorrow's not promised to anyone, or, we stepped out of the house this morning. There's no guarantees we'll be back, but still, that was very fucking cowardly. And
Well, I'm gonna do something I wasn't planning on doing. I'm gonna bring a little bit of my personal life into this. I have personally worked a job where I'm not gonna say too much about it. Where you had to kick the door in, run in, 3-man stack, clear the building of any known assailants. So I know a little something about that sense of fear
yeah.
in your fucking gut.
Yeah.
Every person who has ever wore a badge or done that line of work at some point in time has looked a demon in the face, looked them in the eyes. And at that point in time, you have to make a choice. Do you back down? And if you do, that's okay. It's okay. But if you back down the next day or that day, you go into the office and you turn your badge in. Because if you can't stand your ground against those demons, then you shouldn't be wearing it.
Well, yeah.
So for those 4 officers. Now, I guess it should be noted, some people might want to hear it, is that 3 of them had orders to stay behind their vehicles with their guns drawn. They had orders. But in that line of work, there comes a point in time where you know what is right, you know what is wrong. And if you're given bad orders, you disobey.
Well, I mean, I'm no expert, but an active shooter situation, your law enforcement, your job is to stop the shooter.
Well,
that's the first,
Before Columbine, the way it would, when you had an active shooter theater, the way it was to play out is if you were first on scene, you waited, you secured the area and you waited for SWAT.
Yeah.
Since Columbine has happened, since that theater, the rules of engagement have changed.
Yeah.
If you're the first one on scene, you go in.
Yeah.
Period. End of story.
Pretty much. You're trying to stop the shooter from killing more people.
From hurting more people.
Yes, that's...
And end of story.
Yeah, you're there to stop the threat.
That's it. And those 4, one of them was in the building. How the fuck are you in the building armed and run out?
Fear. I don't know. I don't want
Everybody wants to blame the gun for this situation.
I don't want to demonize the officers either because
fuck them.
Fuck them. I mean, it's just you can't hold that job if you fear for your life. I mean, obviously, we all do. Nobody wants to die. I mean, seriously, but that line of work, you're putting your life on the line.
You knew what you were signing up for, Buckaroo, when you put the badge on.
I mean, that's why when I first thought that it was just a security guard, I kind of gave it it's armed security, maybe not a cop. But when I found out they were deputies, I'm like, wait a minute, these are trained officers, people who signed up for this. They know that any shift could be their last.
All right, and if you're an armed security guard,
I've met armed security guards that would have gone in there.
Right.
They probably got in trouble for doing the right thing too.
Right.
They would have saved lives, but the media or somebody would have demonized the hell out of them for saving all these lives. Anyway, just saying.
Okay, I don't know.
Well, like I said, it's doing the right thing, and gosh, we're not talking about movies today, but that fucked up movie SWAT. I don't know if you remember. Ever since I heard that captain say, sometimes doing the right thing is not doing the right thing. It fucking sucks how it applies in real life. I mean, you do the right thing, you get in trouble.
But you can hold your head high.
Yeah. I guess
it all goes down to there's 2 types of people in this world, in my opinion. The people that hear gunfire and run away from the gunfire, which is what you're supposed to do. Then you have the select few who run towards the gunfire.
Yeah.
And those are the officers. Those are the armed security guards that go through all the training. Those are certain civilians. Because that church shooting, that was a civilian that got him.
Yeah.
But if you are not one of those that run towards gunfire, give up your badge.
Yeah, you have no business then.
My heart breaks for the parents of all those children that died needlessly. That one of those 4 people could have stopped it.
Yep.
They could have. It could have stopped. I mean, maybe not. Maybe they would have ran in and he was at the other end. Might have not made a difference at all. But we'll never know.
Yeah, no, and it's hard because here it's been 4 weeks. Something like that. It's been apparently. It's been silence, but I don't know. I mean, it's if they were ordered to stand down, stand by. I mean, who the hell gives that kind of command? I mean, who?
I don't know.
And why would they in the first place? I don't know. Well, like I said,
I don't agree with it.
Well, none
I
of us
never
do.
will.
None of us do. I mean, we have children. I mean, I'd like to think that if this is happening at my child's school, whoever the cops or armed officer is going to do something about it.
Right.
Yeah. Now, they're talking about arming teachers, too. Now, I'm sorry, but that's fucked up. They already got too much shit on their plate.
I personally believe.
I don't think an armed teacher is the... No.
Teachers should be given the choice. It shouldn't be mandatory.
But that
They
means
should have
that...
the right to do so.
But that means that they have to go through, like, cop training.
Listen, if they want to have that right, if they want to have the ability to carry a firearm in that class,
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's just
then
that
they're agreeing to it.
I've heard, I guess the idea of, I mean, even cops, and that's all they do. They don't have to worry about teaching kids and dealing with, I mean, can make fuck the mistake and shoot the wrong person.
Right.
And do,
Anyone can.
Anybody can. So what I'm saying, they already got too much on their plate. Teachers, I think their job is educating our kids. We just need to figure.
And I understand that, and I agree with you 100%.
We need to figure something out. Maybe they need to have trained, like I don't know, some security outfit that really does their job.
Okay. So you're at the north side of the building. A shooter kicks in the door, sprays the whole class down. Those people are on the south side, or southwest, or southeast. 3-4 minutes it takes them to respond. How many classrooms are gone? Now, if that teacher says, listen, I want to take on that added responsibility, I'm willing on my off time to go through however many hours of training it takes.
And while there's a lot of teachers, got big ups to them because they would volunteer. I can.
One of my best friends in this world is a high school history teacher,
and I can see them going through this. I mean, bad enough teaching is a thankless job. I mean, they would be taking on a responsibility that. God.
What if I heard this somewhere? I can't remember where. If I find out where I heard it, I'll let you guys know. What if a teacher over summer break went through the police academy?
You see, but all that. Well, that would require.
And became a reserve
police officer.
Yeah.
And it'd also be nice if the school district paid them a little bit more for taking that, because that's a big responsibility.
I know here in Phoenix they have a huge reserve force where when that officer is working, no one knows that they're only reserve, and they don't get paid for their time. It's like 8 or 10 hours a month. Basically to earn their right to be called a police officer and for the training and all. They can work more if they want, but it's a requirement 8 to 10 hours a month.
It's voluntary.
It's all voluntary.
Now, the reserve program. What if it was opened up for citizens? Well, yeah, I guess teachers could do it too.
Yeah.
You see, it's a hard, because, like I said, I know a lot of teachers that in a heartbeat would do it, and I would like to see them do it because they're level-headed. But then there's those creeps, too, that you're like, I don't want to see that mofo with a gun.
Right.
Especially, that teacher that has a tendency to, I don't know, somewhere, they play this scenario. Picture you're a young girl in a classroom with the teacher that's known to be the creep that's always staring at the girls. And, acting all weird, and then you find out that motherfucker's packing heat.
Right.
It's, I don't know, it's a catch-22 right there.
Well, I think my viewpoint on this is we have people that are not perfect as law enforcement.
No.
We do. There's people out there that are not perfect. They're playing the system. They're creeps that are praying. I mean, all those stories that make the news, usually a bad cop that makes the other ones look bad. A few slip through the cracks. And this is not a perfect idea, but I think it's a little bit better than just giving them, hey, you got to go through 40 hours of training,
Yeah, well, like I said, this Florida incident is definitely...
What I'm afraid of is my kid goes to school